What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with the Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank Sanchez, Efe Ajagba. Get this. According to the Pursebid, as you guys wanted to know, Samson Likowicz successfully outbid Top Rank for the rights to stage the IBF heavyweight final eliminator between the number 3, Efe Ajagba, and the number 4, Frank Sanchez, claiming the rematch with a $302,000 offer. As the higher-ranked fighter, Ajagba will be the beneficiary of the 60-40 split. Okay. When they met as undefeated contenders in 2021, of course, Frank Sanchez won. But now Efe Ajagba stands unbeaten in his last 6 fights since the Sanchez debacle. Though it's been far from a smooth ride, the runs include his DQ win over Zas Kazobolski that saw the Kazakh tee off on Ajagba's unmentionables balls, a narrow split decision over Guido Vianello, and his recent draw with Martin Bakali. Still, he's gone above what looked like a low ceiling. And let me counterpunch. Samson has outbid Frank, so they're going to take control, which the money is low, but it's not a surprise to me because Top Rank always gets outbid because Bob Arum's cheap because he's old school. So he doesn't see the value in certain fights, and he thinks certain fights don't deserve certain bids. So he loses, and I think he purposely loses because he doesn't want to bid for anything higher than what he feels is reasonable. And I guess, you know, Samson outbid him, so we're going to see the fight. Nonetheless, the fight will take place, which is a good thing. Now, the question is, who has risen and who has fallen? Well, they've both been beaten. Frank beat Efe Ajagba, but then Efe Ajagba has won his last 6. And then Frank had a knee injury after taking his first loss to Caballero. Okay, so it's either redemption or repeat, really. But I do feel that Efe Ajagba has improved. Now, you know Frank, that's my guy. But Efe Ajagba has showed us that he's able to move, box. He's more flexible now. He's not as stiff as he used to be. A lot of people used to call him, you know, the Deontay Wilder second coming. But what I saw against Martin Bakali, I saw a guy that is teachable, a guy that has learned a lot, and a guy that I feel will be much more prepared for Frank Sanchez in the rematch. So that's going to be a very good fight because remember something. Frank, with that Cuban schooled Efe Ajagba. Now Efe Ajagba is familiar with that. I think he may come with something else, especially learned what he was able to do in the fights against Vianello, Martin Bakali, even though Martin Bakali is a different type of fighter than Frank. But he's learned a lot, I feel. He's learned more, should I say. Because you know how that goes. You know, the real test on what you've learned is what you're able to do against a person that's already defeated you. Okay, so we'll know more about Efe Ajagba on the day because we'll know if he's able to deal with what he couldn't deal with Frank Sanchez in the first fight. So we'll get to see that firsthand. But you guys tell me what you think about this purse bid. Efe Ajagba's team wins because he's higher ranked and the bid was higher over Top Rank. Of course, please subscribe. Stay tuned for the release date of the fight. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!